say the Prime Minister of Jamaica for their prison right now.
If it's 350 million US to restore electricity, and you're willing to lend them 150 million without knowing where the other 200 million is coming from, which section of Jamaica are you willing to sacrifice?
Because if Mark and Andrew can do it together, then I can do it with my neighbor. I can do it with my enemy, someone I haven't talked to in a long time.
People, me I go show you again why this wicked government here so wicked to the Jamaican people. If they can afford to lend JPS 150 million US dollar to restore light, you know, sister, they could have give each MP in the affected area them 2 billion Jamaican dollar. Then say a 7 parish were affected that are 14 billion in total. We show you how them are wicked and have nothing for good for the Jamaican people. And JPS now, them are lend 150 million US dollar. Remember before this time, you know, they said they never have enough money to clean the drain them, you know. So how they can find money now to lend JPS? You know, this is something fishy a go on. And even in a parliament yesterday, they couldn't even tell you how the money I go pay back. Them now come clean, and them need to come clean. This a wicked, evil government ahead by big nose and Johannes.
Big up the whole of hot water. Hey, even dash water, you might have even pot water. Hot water. Big up that data, big up yourself, father. And I don't love and love alone.
Yeah, so hot water, massive and crew. Yeah, my people. So, big up on yourself. You see me, I said that's the first thing I have to say. Because why? I see you people liking and commenting and subscribing, and that is very important to us. That let us know how best to serve you guys. So I just want to say a big to my people. Also, you know, for who and respect. We like how you guys stay in tune, you know. So let us say, my people. So Mr. Golden addressed the issue of the response of how Mr. VAZ responded to him yesterday in the House of Parliament. You know, so people stay tuned. We want to hear that. And a gentleman is speaking about the government and the ways of how things are being dealt with, and that we the people should imprison the government and the Governor General for their acting, because there's a law, you'll see it in the video, that he said that we all must know that law for the benefit of ourselves as citizens. And he said a lot of things from a spiritual standpoint, my people, so we definitely want to hear that. And my people, again, Miss Burchell, she was on a live reasoning with someone, you know, about the unity and how we should unite. That's the whole thing of the reasoning between she and the person. So we definitely want to listen that, you know, as Jamaica would say, we have a cock with ears. Understand? And then again now, this another gentleman says that he got a vision that Jamaica should go into, the Prime Minister should lock down the internet and Jamaica for 7 days and go into prayer and fasting and repent, my people. So everybody would well want to hear that vision. So my people, hot water, it's getting hot. Hot, hot, hot. So stay tuned, my people, and Bosom Ryan. So hot water, massive and crew. Mr. G, the real G and the only true G himself, has something to say about the happenings in the House of Parliament yesterday, and also about how Mr. VAZ behaved. So let's hear what the real and the only G is saying, Mr. Marky G himself.
Yesterday in the House of Representatives, Minister DARYL VAZ told us that JPS needs 350 billion US dollars to restore the electricity grid so that people can get electricity. He said that the government is going to take 150 million US and lend it to JPS. I asked him, so what about the other 200 million US? Are we going to ensure there's a plan that puts that money in place before we risk our 150, so that the full 350 that he said is the amount required is available to JPS? At that point, he went on a tirade, calling people bad mind, heartless, and all kind of foolishness. It was a simple question, it was a logical question, and it's a question they need to answer. Because we need the grid fixed. We need it fixed as quickly as possible. It's going to cost 350 million US to do it. Only 150 million is on the table. What's the government's solution for that gap? Simple. And Minister VAZ, I have one more question. if it's 350 million US to restore electricity, and you're willing to lend them 150 million without knowing where the other 200 million is coming from, which section of Jamaica are you willing to sacrifice by proceeding without sufficient money to fix the problem? So if only part of Jamaica is going to get fixed, which parts are not going to get fixed? Because we only have 150 million and not the 350 that it will take to do the job.
People, it's a good question the real G is asking, you know. I would ask the said question, and this look away when the opposition have to come and be asking question. So to me, based on how Mr. G is asking and also based on how I see things is going, they want to leave the opposition out of everything. Right now, the opposition seems to me like a regular set of people. They don't even seem like they are political people anymore. They seems as if government business is not their business. That's how I see it. And good question, Mr. G, what are they willing to sacrifice? What is the sacrifice? Where will be fixed and where not will be fixed? Mr. G, good question, but I think they might be afraid to answer to that and to release the truth of that. Because if some people hear that, or if these set of people hear that this is going to get fixed and there is not going to get fixed, you know that is still more problem. And Mr. VAZ now, alright, Mr. VAZ, you are a professional. We expect, I'm saying this on the behalf of Jamaican people because I am a Jamaican citizen also, we expect professionalism. Okay, sometimes when you say something to someone and you hit the nail on the head, versus if the person did something wrong and you're speaking the truth, it normally causes the person to outburst, which is what you call, it is what let me get it straight. It's ego. Your brain is built for survival, and your ego defends anything that threatens what you have in mind or what you think is real, or your ego try to defend whatever you want to put out, whether it is good or bad. So now, Mr. VAZ, on a psychological level, as a youth, we sometimes study neuroscience and study psychology, yes, the behavior in humans and animals. I see, when you was addressing Mr. G, you get very boisterous. You went into protective mode. You went into survival mode. The instincts of survivalism kick in, where because something not adding up or something's not making sense, or I won't say not making any sense, but because the question that was asked kinda seems as some form of threat, you got protective of yourself and protective of your government. I don't think that was professional enough, and we have to learn to hold our composure. Remember that we are on national TV now, and we are addressing Jamaicans and Jamaica people. Even if acting nice is a facade when you're on the TV, remember, hold that composure, keep that facade. No, we didn't see you hold that composure, and you know, Jamaica, we like to make ourselves look good. Our people in general like to look good even if they're not good. And not saying that you're not good, Mr. VAZ, but we expect to see professionalism. Mr. G personal money is not Jamaica's personal money. It's not the government personal money. People, this brother here say the Governor General and the Prime Minister, they should go to prison. He said so. Let us hear from him.
Mr. Jamaican people, the Prime Minister of Jamaica for their prison right now. The Prime Minister of Jamaica for in a prison cell right now. Jamaican people, want to look up Emergency Powered Act. Look it up on Google. Now just read the writing of pop up by top when you scroll go up. Me say the Prime Minister of Jamaica in today in a prison right now. And if the police and the soldier them now go arrest him, we the citizens we go arrest him. Are we supposed to go lock up the Governor General too? We have to lock up the Governor General. Yeah, me I told you, we say when you look up Emergency Powered Act and when you read it for yourself, you know go see. Me say me cry tears. Me say the people them wicked and evil and corrupt, and it's all because of the level of access we're coming at the form of money. You see money? Money! Me say I'm more than the root of all evil. You see the Governor General where you now see after Melissa, him should have come out and state out a state of emergency. From Melissa, the wickedest storm of Jamaica ever witnessed. And to the disease and all these things where have occurred from these era where Melissa damaged and them still have people are functioning in these area, them not have nothing. The government need to start spend money in this area as how them should have start spend it. Can you say the National Disaster and Preparedness Act? Me say the rules, the laws and the regulations where the government, the Prime Minister supposed to obey and follow these rules, laws and regulations. Jamaican people, if you feel like say rules, laws and all these things, it's just for citizens, it's not for politicians. And me say government rules and laws different than when it comes to the citizens of the countries. And you know say if you go around the rules and the laws where you're supposed to obey, police are forward to you. Either you're wanted, you got a prisoner or something. Said thing go for the government official them. Them have rules and laws where them supposed to obey. And if them go around the rules and laws, them forgot prison too. And that's why I say Anju realness. Yes, I call him name. Him for their prison right now. And the Governor General for their prison right now. Jamaican people, you know how lady. You say how lady right now. It really left the future of full life and the future of the generation in these corruption people hands. Jamaican people, me say me go stand up and unite as one. Majority of these organizations just there for blindfold. Look how much things have gone. We not see the church. We not hear the church. But now what do the church come up bossy when them say, oh, them are protest against Obia. Who Obia, no? Who Obia? You see how much things have gone, how much picnic are there, how much family members are there together. You don't see church not even one time. But the church make up its mind to forward out the protest against Obia. Jamaicans, we need to wake up and see the design of what. Go on! Cause what? It now go pretty for we. It now go pretty for you. Cause I don't feel like say them are going to stretch out things and hand it to it. And say, alright, a long time we have do this. A long time we don't deserve it. See it and go and feed. No! You have got to take it from them. Them a benefit off of the design where we live and second with. Me I told you, know. Me say, Jamaican people who are going to Jamaica right now, nothing are going. The people that on their knees and wants and suffer, and the ones that may possibly sick out because of the corruption and the germs and the food, and these sector country where they may come in a country and say them a doctor and them a do this. Me say, when my people them are going to wake up, when they not going to wake up, when I wake up, for them weaken out with all of these poison. When them end up take majority of the life and just leave couple warriors alone out there. But me I tell you say, yo, we never scared, we never fear. We never scared and we never fear. There is nothing them can do to me what them never do to me. I already. Me know who me is, me know how powerful me is, and them know who me is, and them know how powerful who me is. So, Jamaican people, we is all we got. We is all we got.
An Emergency Powers Act refers to the legal authority for a government to exercise special powers during a crisis, often enacted through a National Emergencies Act that gives the President the ability to declare a national emergency and unlock existing statutory powers. A prominent example in the U.S. is the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA, which grants the President authority to regulate economic transactions during a national emergency, such as imposing sanctions or freezing assets. Key aspects of emergency powers. Triggered by a declared emergency. A president must declare a national emergency to access these powers, which are defined by specific statutes and not inherent constitutional authority. Unlocked statutory powers. The National Emergencies Act, NEA, allows the president to use powers granted by over 120 different laws, which can include economic sanctions, controlling communications, or deploying military assets. Context and limitations. The International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA, is a specific example of such a law that is typically used for regulating economic transactions with foreign countries, but its use can be a subject of debate and legal challenge. Congressional oversight. The NEA includes provisions for congressional oversight, but the ability for Congress to terminate an emergency is limited by the need for a veto-proof majority. Risk of abuse. Because these powers allow the president to act outside normal legal procedures, there are concerns about the potential for misuse and the concentration of power in the executive branch. Examples of emergency powers. Economic sanctions. regulating or prohibiting financial transactions with foreign nations or individuals, controlling communications, the authority to shut down or take control of communication facilities like radio stations during an emergency, military deployment, the ability to deploy military forces under certain conditions, drawdown of defense assets, the authority to draw down from military stockpiles to provide assistance to foreign countries.
All right, so yeah, my people. Whoa. You see now, I hope the people them that is saying this is a side picking thing. And listen, because this brother is not picking any side. This brother is literally a spiritualist. The brother that said he got the vision. I wasn't too clear about what I want to say about it. Because of what? Certain knowledge that I have in terms of human psychology and how whatever you go to sleep with on your mind, you can go dream see it and think it is a message or it's a vision. This brother here said some things, and this is probably more than what some of you have heard already. This is more. This brother bring our mind far. People, the man said something about, you know, when I was growing up and I started to break through the veil, the first thing I started to question is leadership and question everything. This man says something about the authority and people in higher position. And he's asking questions like I have asked many years ago when I was just understanding, or the veil was just being moved. The third eye, people, is not really a literal eye. It is the ability to see through illusions of this world, despite of what is said or what everyone is believed. That is what the third eye is. It's a second look on reality. It's not no eye up here in your forehead. Okay? You do have a gland right here, yes, which gives you a certain perception, which you can use the imagination to a certain extent, yes. But that's not what the third eye really means to people. And this brother here, speaking of things far beyond many of us understanding. But yes, I always wonder why the Simpson movie can tell everything. And this is because it is man playing God. I feel these are the people that are actually doing the things, putting it in movie. You get me, my people? This brother is not picking no side, saying no PMP nor JLP. This brother is speaking from a spiritual aspect of life. He's speaking like a man that is, I think, what we call it, some paradoxical mindset where he's neither here nor there. He's in the middle. He's an observer of both things. The man said, this is not evil. For me, this is more than just the power and shower thing. What I would like to ask the Prime Minister, he says, the man says something about the tax that we pay. I always know that from I was a child, where does these taxes go? So when the taxes come in, the government get a cut, the Governor General get a cut, and the leader of the Governor General get a cut. So all that this foolishness that the government is keeping up, the Governor General won't say anything. I believe so. I'm not saying so, but I believe so. But that is what I'm saying. I'm saying so. But what I am saying is that I cannot give an attest or prove that, even though I believe. Because a belief is a doubt. What he's saying is some form of a revolutionary idea. And if the police that is responsible to uphold laws don't want to arrest who broke the law, which is the said lawmaker, then the people themselves, they are going to arrest the lawmakers and the police. My people, this sounds weird, but as strange and as weird as it gets, that is how it is. So this man speaks a lot of truth. He has said so much things, but those are the main things that I want to pinpoint. Just listen good. If you don't hear good, just go back and watch the video again and listen to all that he has said, and just open your eye and you will see more than this 3D illusion that we're living in, my people. You get me? So yes, Jamaica, Miss Birchell now is on a live. She's speaking with someone, and you know, she's congratulating, based on my opinion, she's congratulating the people on their work and saying that they are the true hero of Jamaica. They save and help Jamaica. Yo, she has said a whole heap of things. Let us listen.
Let me tell you, the true heroes in this so far to me has been the people in the communities who did not sit down and wait on me or the government to come in and try to help them or to help their neighbors. I'm talking about the heroes who decided they were going to take up their machetes. their chainsaws, whatever they could find to clear and chop and cut the road themselves.
But if they see that the opposition and the leader, the prime minister, is in this together, that will give them that degree of optimism, you know, and that understanding that, yeah, we're going through a tough time, but there's going to be a tomorrow.
Yes, it would be the best and biggest symbol. It would give people that energy to go one more day, because if Mark and Andrew can do it together, then I can do it with my neighbor. I can do it with my enemy, someone I haven't talked to in a long time. I will go out there and help them.
People need hope at this very moment right now.
And they don't want to see us fighting. They want to see us united around the common mission of restoring hope. And the opposition stands ready to do that. JLP, PNP, police, soldier, citizens, everybody is trying their best. We didn't ask for Melissa, and Melissa has really been the worst disaster we've seen in perhaps, 100 years or more, So with that said, I think there are a few things that we can do differently and better. And I think if we allow ourselves, we can learn from it so that the next time we can face it with a little bit more fortitude and strength, so it doesn't topple us over like this. Things we're learning as we go along is we should designate ground zeros in places that have been affected and cordon off the center so that people are not rushing to the center, and you can clean the center, you can restore normalcy and order, then take the people into the center. Things like that. Things we're learning also is how to coordinate separately for the city whilst also coordinating for the rural communities like South St. James, as opposed to let's focus on the city, get everything going here, then we will give you our attention thereafter.
All right, so Jamaica, big up to Miss Burchell for shouting out and speaking the truth of how the people are the true heroes. We respect that, and I love how she point out herself, saying that the people did wait on me, because people like to do things to get credit or to get big up. But the fact that she didn't get any big up, but she give the big up to the people of the country, or the people that jump in. She give the big up to them. She's giving some form of honor to them. And I like how she stick on the topic about the coming together. And this brother here on the live was also emphasizing on that if the government could come together. But people, yes, I see the People's National Party wants to come together, but I don't know. Even there was a meeting, sorry, not a meeting. I think it's the Grand Gala, wherever. That thing that keep at stadium, which Mr. Holness and Mr. Golden was standing close by. And the look, I saw the vloggers on Instagram had a picture. And the look on Mr. Holness' face, when Mr. G was standing beside of him, I knew that something was in his heart. I don't know if Mr. G stands steady because he felt confident that he would have won the election. But saying this to say that from that time on, I know that some grievance was carrying, and right now the relationship between the parties are like an understanding father and a toxic mother. Not saying that women are toxic, but due to their fact that they are very emotional and not logical like a man sometimes, they can hold things in their heart for long. And sometimes if the father is not strong, sometimes the father will step away, causing the household or the child to suffer. So right now, that is what's going on. We are suffering. But the father now, which is, I will call it the People's National Party, is not mattering what's going on. They are giving regardless of what the other party is doing. They are trying to unite, they are trying to work things out, but due to some emotional feelings that the JLP members are going through, they don't want to unite. I personally would say so. They don't want to unite. I don't know if they feel like, I think what happened, you see, this election, before this election, they went too hard on them. Too much investigation was done on the Jamaica Labour Party. They are not comfortable anymore. I think they are afraid to let in or squeeze in or let in the People's National Party members into what's going on too much, because they can do as they like. I think the People's National Party members hold them accountable for so much things. And I think that this is what they are doing. They don't want to get them involved because they fear of what truths are some things that might be leaked. Okay? But we love how Miss Bertrella big up the people them and thing. But I say unite. But sometimes one person just have their own opinion and they just want to stick to that. So I believe their opinion is they are not going to be able to do certain things like they want to. So they don't want to let in the People's National Party and any of the money, any of the idea, anything that they have in plan. We're not saying that they are not planning to help Jamaica, you know. And we're not saying that they think that it is, I'm not, sorry, we're not saying that they think that, hey, we're just going to let this thing go on and let people do what they have to do and we can stay back. I'm not saying that's what they're thinking. But in some sense, I feel like they just don't want to get involved with the People's National Party because they don't want to be watched. So people, this man said that they say that the whole Jamaican internet should be shut down for 6 days and the Prime Minister should go into a prayer meeting and do some fasting. Such and such is going to happen. I don't know who he called they that he could say that they say. But listen, let us listen now to what he said.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I don't know if I catch everything, but I'm going to cut it short because I don't know nothing about the internet business. The only thing I say, them said the Prime Minister in Jamaica, they shut down Jamaica for 6 days straight and go in a prayer meeting and repent. The father said if you don't do it, and don't ignore that one, if not have no turn back, I'm going to complete in journey. The man said all the Portmore are going to sink under earth, under water. The man said, the man said a cross will come a man to go be like a gateway, and when that gateway come, and the earthquake open the place, everything where the place will open, I'm going to go down under the water. So
well, Jamaica, like, share and subscribe and comment, but most of all share so that the Prime Minister can see and hear the vision what this man get, because what he says is that it's directly for the government. He say he's not a fan of the net or of social media, but because of the vision that he got, he directly have to mingle with the net a bit in order to send out the message. Now 7-day fasting and prayer and repentance, he says that Jamaica should go in. People, I will not say that he's not a prophet, you know. And I can't say that he's a prophet. Just as how he says that he does not know if it's going to happen, but he's just sending out the message. My people, what I'll have to say to this brother, well, we like to hear from God as a nation, you know. And if it's truly the message of the Almighty this man bring across, we'll say thanks. Because we hear some news, we're not sure of some tsunami to upsurge based off some happenings in the seabed from Hurricane Melissa. So, if the vision that this man received is somewhat concerning to that, my people, let me know what you guys think in the comment. You get me? Let us know if you want to go on this fast, or many people would say that it is not them, it is the government who is doing the wickedness, so it's the government should do it. But however, if that is on, myself, yes, I'll pray, yes, I'll call out to the Father to ease it. So they say that the good will suffer for the bad. So why I ask the Father, according to this man, spare the few good people. I now go say my heart is clean and I do all of the good things. But if this government is casting a lot of things to happen to Jamaica, well, I now go say what should happen to them, but God knows best. There's so much more that I wanted to say about these topics or these issues or these videos that you saw, you know. But time is at hand, my people, and you know, not going to hold you up much. But yes, my people, just like, comment, share and subscribe. Share up the video so that the government can say that they need to go in fasting and prayer. Okay, my people. Well, anyway, thank you for staying tuned. Buzmal Ryan, Hot Water.
Hot Water Channel, straight to the max. Bring the thing to the people then. Original generous people. Same way.
Man, big up Hot Water Channel. Enough ice cream. Yeah, man. Big up yourself.